none other than Jinx.
Hey Sarah, thanks for the introduction. I am excited for this, Sarah. I mean, I saw the last game. Sadly, I could not watch the first game, but last game was pretty interesting. But I feel like Daaku Sena just towards the mid game, they just start losing out, right? I mean, they held up pretty strong, but they just need to come back this time around. Now, third match of the day, 1-1 each. We're excited for this. And the battle of Fanny immediately here, that Joseph Fanny was extremely good.
Exactly, so he could just dive in towards the backline, kill out the squishies, especially Bane and 1-1, who were the main DPS coming in from the side of Daku Sena. They simply didn't have enough CC to counter that Fanny pick, who now can not only one-shot your damage dealers, as well as sustain in the backlines for as long as she wants, along with that Warax and Queen Swings build. Then
Mm-hmm.
again, Dakusena, they went ahead with a Matilda ban as well, and MeowMeow Gang, learning from the mistakes of their first game, did ban out on the Phobius and the Sicilian. Smart bans coming in by both of these teams, so we will have to see on what they want to pick up as their first and second picks.
True. I mean, speaking of one shots, it's definitely Cecilion, right? He's probably the mage who can deal the most skill damage with one shot of his first skill. So, good bans overall. Now, I'm sort of expecting a marksman ban coming in here, Sarah. Maybe a Bruno, because you don't want to be giving him up, especially from Meow Meow Gang, right? But they did well on Nathan as well to wait and watch what they want to ban out. They are sure taking their time to ban out the Eve instead. Now, Eve probably could be countered, but I think they're trying to do some sort of setup gameplay.
Exactly. So, and now that they have banned out the Eve, MeowMeow Gang has full opportunity to ban out on that Bruno, if you know what I mean. First game, that Bruno just single handedly carried the entire game for the side of Team DS. But if MeowMeow Gang slips and bans out something completely else, DS still has the opportunity to pick up on that goal laner and just go full ball, if you know what I mean. And that's
Yeah.
just going to be paving their way towards the success. And MMG goes in with a Gatot Kacha ban. Now, things will start to look really interesting here if DS picks up the Bruno and MMG answers it with a Layla.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe a Layla or a Granger, but Bruno is just auto pick at this point, right? Especially with the Malefic gun, you just cannot catch him, and yeah, he immediately gets picked up by the side of team DS. So, like we were talking about now, he is a marksman. You just cannot let go. Probably the most meta marksman right now. Now to counter him, maybe you want, like you said, the Layla or maybe even the Granger. It's a 50-50% with the Granger, so it depends on how well you use that ultimate of his.
Exactly so. And like players like Keldra, teams like FNOP, they are picking up on a hero like Layla, who's actually so immobile and has that range advantage. She can just do pew pew from miles away. You won't even see her on the map while she's attacking you. But
Yeah,
somehow in the Indian servers, we haven't seen that much of a Layla pick coming in, especially in these higher stages of the tournaments. It will be really
yeah,
interesting to see if MMG picks up on that hero. Dakusena, though, meanwhile, here they lock in onto that Aurora as well as the glue. Smart pick and bans, like smart picks coming in by both the teams. In fact, Hylos can slow down the Bruno, Juxin can knock her up with the Lantern Flare and just pull him towards herself. But then again, this does leave Team DS with the opportunity to pick up something like an Xborg jungle or even a Hayabusa who is so meta right now, other than the Fanny in the jungle, while Meow Meow Gang goes in for something like a Joy. So it's really unpredictable at the moment.
yeah. For now, it's a bit unpredictable. Now, look at the Eve ban. I think Dakusena was expecting Meow Gang to ban out the Bruno instead. But the band they got out, right? And they gave up the Zushin for free. Now, like you were talking about, the Joy gets picked up, but you know what the Rome I want to see here is probably a Faramis Rome. That might work out. You send the high lows to the EXP and use the Faramis, and that might be good, especially against the Glue and Aurora coming in. Maybe you might even be able to sustain some of that Bruno damage. Not sure if they're going to be going for it, though. They do ban out the Hayabusa this time.
Exactly. So MMG is playing that no stakes kind of game, ban out on that Hayabusa almost instantly, so that the Jokshin as well as whatever goal laner they pick up doesn't actually get marked out by the Hayabusa shadows. So then again, DS here, they would have to rethink their draft situation at the moment and find something to actually CC down that Joy while she's dancing around with her beats. So things would have to look really risky at the moment because no matter what they ban, something else is going to be opened up in the drafting phase itself. And both of these teams can dance around those picks and pick up something really interesting or uninteresting. Like here, the Tigreal ban, it wasn't necessary. I don't think either of them would have picked it up, especially against something like a Joy and a Juxin who can just immune it away and just walk away of the team fights.
Yeah, you don't want any tanks who can just run up to you, especially against the Zushin, right? She's just going to pick you and throw you behind, and you just become effectively useless. Now, the side of Team Dakusina, the ban of the Hilda, so they're targeting the EXP lane for now. Maybe they want to ban out the marksman now. I would expect a Nathan ban coming in here because probably, I mean, we know Mirio plays that pretty well, and I think he carried that last game as well. So I think maybe you want to ban out the Nathan. Not sure if they want to go for it though. I'm expecting some. Okay, they ban the Moscow instead, so they just don't want that spirit of destruction. Hitting the Bruno from behind and then killing him.
Exactly. It's kind of a decent band considering the fact that Joy, Juxin, and Hylas, they are there for the magic damage, and MeowMeow Gang would be looking to pick up at least two physical heroes for their draft, which would be their EXP lane as well as the gold lane. So Moskov here was a decent choice since he can just teleport behind the Bruno, and Bruno would not have enough of his stacks on that crit damage, and the Moscow would just pop his Inspire and kill the Bruno and run away of that situation. So definitely a smart ban coming out there. And now MeowMeow Gang, they do have some of those EXP lane picks open. Like the Khalid is still open, the Ruby is still open, and Daaku Sena, they need to go in for something similar, especially for their roam and jungle. And there we go. There's the Khalid pick we were talking about. And even an Exporg here would look nice coming in from the side of DS. It's all just a matter of time before we really find out on what they pick up.
Yeah, they just need a hyper and they need a roamer as well for the side of Team DS. I'm not sure what they're gonna go for right now, but I do like the Khalid pick. Maybe he does not win the lane against the glue, but they have a full dive in composition, right? With the Khalid, with the Joy, with the Hylos, so that Bruno might have a tough time, but it's just Aurora there who might be able to save him with those frigid glaciers. So we have to see how well they dive in now. The side of Team Daaku Sena, they pick up the Fredrin. Oh my god, I love that hero. And as well as the Kaja. Now that's a good counter for the Joy.
Definitely. And even the Fredrin here has that anti dive kind of ability. Like, he once Joy, Khalid, Hylos, and even the Exia just dive in onto them, he can use up his taunt as well as the knockups to like sandbag as much damage as possible while providing a very decent front line for his team, because glue, he's just going to be flickering in with that immobilized combination which he recently is doing onto that Ixia, go in for the back lane and just climb on top of her while Kaja catches the Joy, and Fredrin will be there to catch the Khalid and the Juxin if they dive in a little too much or extend a little bit too much, while Bruno does the snowballing from the back lane. MeowMeow Gang though, if they can sync their combos well, that's a very, very solid composition coming in from them as well. But as you said, we are going to be siding with Team Fredrin here.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Fredrin pick, but the last pick of that Iksha from Yamyagan just sort of completed the composition for me. I mean, I other than the glue, I don't really see anyone diving in the back lane, and glue is gonna get countered pretty hard by the Zushin, maybe even the Hylos. He's gonna have a tough time these the back line. So it depends on how well the Iksha positions, but I have to say I like that Iksha pick so much, and I feel like that completes the composition of Meow Gang. Now, guys, this is the third game of today, 1-1 for both sides. Daku Sena versus Meow Gang on the red side. Semi-finals as well. Sarah, who are we voting for? Is it Daku Sena?
My vote goes to Dakusena. As always, I'm a very loyal follower of that team. But then again, MMG definitely showed their prowess in the second game, and they still have a very good chance of taking this game as well in their favor. With the way Juxin and Khalid are there to poke out the entirety of Team DS, things would be really, really difficult. And even ABC on that Bruno will have to position himself really safe to dash out of that raging sandstorm exactly on time, and even Ixia's ultimate has to be dodged out by him because take too many hits from an Ixia and the Sky Piercer is onto you and you're just dead right then and there.
Yeah, I mean that's what I feel. And if you see the side of Team Daaku Sena, they're sort of a team fight composition. They all want to stick together, except maybe the glue, and that's where the Iksha comes in, and she can just blast you from the back line, and there's really no one to catch her other than the glue now. Meanwhile, speaking of the glue, he is getting caught out here in the top lane, does manage to flicker out of there, but that's an important resource lost out for that turtle fight.
Okay, but that was some major resources wasted to kill out the glue, and 27 here looking very, very low. The first blood will be secured by Jazz, the perfect revenge coming in by him for that over aggression, and even Karma Hits will be taken down by Patroclus just before the first turtle, and that is going to be a free turtle for the side of Team DS. Joy though, Joseph is there trying to get the retribution, but he will be immobilized by Jazz, gets the red tree. That's the MS gap. He has the advantage in the Bengal server and he gets it, steals it away from the hands of DS. No more free turtles for you, DS. Sorry, I
Yeah.
jinxed it for you.
So I mean, it's thinking like it's going to be a free turtle, but I saw Joseph, and it's going to be hard now. Meanwhile, though, look at that Kaja getting caught out. For now, I don't think Dakusina can do much until that Kaja gets that level 4, right? He needs to stop the joy.
Exactly. So, and now here, now Khalid has that opening to try and go for that, the poke kind of composition right onto that Bruno as well as the Fredrin, annoy him in the jungle, steal away the farm like he is doing right now. And ironically enough, Kaja still doesn't have his level 4. He does not have Divine Judgment in case of a dive in, and that is exactly what is happening right now with the side of Team DS.
Yeah, I mean, look at Joseph. He's being so aggressive right now because he knows there's no one who can actually catch him other than the Kaja, right? Maybe the Fredrin, but Fredrin still needs a few items to become tanky enough to sustain both the damage from the Joy as well as the Iksha. So we're gonna have to wait out, and hopefully Kaja, though, he finally gets a level for 3 minutes into the game.
Exactly, a little bit of a late start for the side of Team DS, but then again, they're still maintaining their slight 500, 600 lead, whatever they have right now. And they will really have to step up if they want their team to snowball towards the mid to late game, because otherwise, Joy is going to dive in onto that Bruno and just wipe him off the face of the land of Dawn. And things would just start looking for this difficult for the side of India, because Bruno is really the only major DPS coming in from the side of DS. There's no one else to deal that kind of a burst damage.
Yeah, if you lose the Bruno, you're going to lose the game automatically. Now, that's where the probably Yamraj as well as the Kaja come in. Now, Mirio here used up the flicker to escape. Maybe he thought Kaja was going to dive in with some flicker alt combination, but that means the first turtle is up. Now, Joy is all the way in the top lane. They could rush this turtle, but I think they don't have enough vision for it right now.
Exactly so, and like that flicker was a little bit too early coming in by Mew, I would say. But look at them. Look, he's just going to be ulting that as far as possible, and he steals away another turtle from the hands of Patroclus. Like, how much of that MS gap is really affecting the side of Team DS is really visible here. And look at that. Fredrin getting knocked up, and even Jazz is there right in the team fight. Karma hits, finds the kill on towards Patroclus, but Jazz takes away the revenge onto 27. Absolute Cinema gets the kill on to Mirio. Will also find double on towards Eden. Joy is there to join the fight. Yamraj will be caught out, has to flicker out of the situation. Joy's beat hitting right on spot and will secure the kill onto Yamraj as Karma hits is completely there onto the Bruno. He's unaware that Khalid is the only one standing there, and now Joseph will be joining the fight. The Raging Sandstorm lands right onto him. The Divine Judgment just a little bit too late, and Bruno gets taken down by Joseph.
Yeah, that was pretty good by Karma Hits as well. He was just baiting out the Bruno like, hey, look at me, I'm low HP, try and kill me. And he just waited in time for, Joseph to come in. Now, once again, Kaja getting caught out here in the bottom lane. That's going to be a free turret for them. Now, the side of Team Daaku Sena slowly losing out. They just, at this point, put all your eggs into one basket, and the basket is going to be Bruno, because I don't think at this point there's anyone else that can really help them.
Exactly so. Like, even when we play Jinx, we repeat so many times, focus on the goal lane. That's your win condition. DS has to be doing that for the Bruno. They should realize that their win condition is that one sole pick and protect that hero as much as possible against MMG. Because as we were talking, MMG has the dive comp. They cannot let that Bruno get marked out so badly that he just keeps dying without any proper vision of frontline. But look at that. Patroclus once again diving in, baits the flicker out of Mirio. So another turtle and another no flicker coming in from their goal laner. Absolute Cinema, though, a little bit too forward in that fight, I would say. He needs to position himself a little safer, knowing there's a Khalid, a Juxin, a Hylos. But then again, I don't think this turtle will be contested by the side of Team DS, and Joseph manages to secure it once again. Absolute Cinema getting marked down by Joseph, gets the mega kill onto him by 27 with the glorious pathway, secures the kill on towards Yamraj, and Patroclus will be taken down with a double kill by Joseph as well. A 4-man wipeout along with the turtle for the side of MeowMeow, again really showing the upper hand they have with this draft, and even Kaja getting chucked down so very low, but the Divine Judgment under the turret, but the turret damage not enough to take Joseph down, and he will be safely escaping that situation.
Yeah, they seem a bit lost. They lost the total. They lost the fight completely, and now they're going to lose that mid lane inhibitor as well. But Yamraj is going to clear it out. Now, that's the problem with the composition, right? I feel like the side of Team DS just lost the draft. I mean, they don't have any damage. They just have the Bruno, and they have a bit of CC, they have the Kaja, they have the Aurora, but it's so hard for them right now to catch the joy, especially because Hylos as well as Khalid are going to be in your face all the time, right? You see them, this complete dive composition, it's going to be extremely difficult. Now, at this point, all they can hope for is letting that Bruno farm up, but and protecting him with your lives, right? I mean, he is like the MVP. He's gonna be the president right now. Now look at that top lane, those skirmish happening.
Exactly, but the Yamraj managed to secure a kill on towards Mirio, who was just a little bit too forward and towards that team fight. Patroclus getting the taunts onto Eden, but will be knocked up left and right. And Karma hits as well as Jazz on 27th. They will be skirmishing it out, but the Brazil Wrath connects and Absolute Cinema gets the kill on towards Eden, but Joseph answers it with a monster kill. He will still be looking for more though. Untargetable, Yamraj loses his passive and will be caught out by 27 once again. There's no answer coming in from the side of DS for that overextend and aggression coming in from the side of MMG. Those are two glorious pathways used up in one single extended team fight. That just shows how much these teams are just brawling it out instead of focusing on the major objectives.
Yeah, I mean, at this point as well, because Kaja is literally the only one who can catch joy, and we saw it in the last team fight. He caught out Eden, right? And that's when we saw Joseph just come in and wipe them all out, and it's going to be difficult, especially the composition of this. You need Fred and you need Kaja to just hug the back line and protect them as much as possible. But that's when Mirio comes in, and because he's so long range, there's no one diving onto him. If you try to protect your marksman as well as mates too much, you're going to get caught out in that ultimate. Now, that's a free lot on the side of Team MeowMeow gang, and DS, it just seems like they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. They can't, they go for the pickoff, they extend the team fights way too long, and then Joy comes in and just wipes them out. And by that time, Kaja has already used up his ultimate, so it's a very difficult fight for them.
Exactly, like Kaja here, he's a single target hero, but he manages to get one into that team fight. But Ixia looking so strong on towards the backline. The Sky Piercer activates, gets the double onto Bruno as well as Aurora, and now the triple on towards Patroclus, gets the Maniac onto Kaja. Jazz is the only one surviving, will be trying to run away as far as possible, not letting Mirio get that savage. He has to run away, flickers out of that team fight, but Lord is going to be marching down the mid lane. Two very strong minion waves coming in right alongside it. Jazz is the only survivor. There's just a few seconds down the clock before they are back alive, and Yamraj will be back right on time to defend that Lord. Team DS really misengaging as much as possible, and look at those glorious pathway plays. They are coming in so handy at the perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, I think even if you catch the joy, you don't have the damage right now to burst it out instantly, and it's just difficult, right? They need to go for those pickoffs. You can't team fight in this situation. They need to get one and they need to back off immediately, because if the others from the side of Team Meow Meow Gang come in for the support, then you're not winning those team fights, right? Especially because of the composition. Like I said, they lost at the draft. Now it's very difficult for them. They are doing a good job defending though, but that was just a normal lord. I was listening to Soul Sky talk last game, and he was like, the lord didn't go to the gym, so that is the first lord, and the second lord, he's gone to the gym, right? He's enhanced, he's on top of the food chain, and he's just going to burst down your base. So it's going to be very difficult for them to sort of defending as a lord, especially because the whole composition, there's no dive other than the glue.
Exactly so. And look at that. Kama is just wasting that raging sandstorm for some reason, as Ilos will be the one jumping in after Cinema tries to dash away off Ixia's ultimate. Patroclus will get dragged right back into the team fights. Skypias are once again getting Mirio that unstoppable onto Fredrin. No front line available for the side of Team GS, and now it's just going to be a 4v5 defense as an enhanced minion wave is going to be popping down the mid lane. Jazz looking for some of those plays that will be right. Oh my goodness, he's just getting dragged right back in towards the enemy. Another glorious pathway comes in. We do not know what is the cooldown of this hero. Flicker, Raging Sandstorm by Karma hits Winter Crown right into the team fight. The Flicker Divine Judgment connects. Bruno does have the damage. Will have to dash out of that Ixia ultimate. Will be looking to clear out the minions as much as possible. There's no one available. Purify getting baited out of Eden as Fredrin is looking for some sort of an engage. The land of flare comes in. Ixia, oh my, oh my god. Juxin with that ultimate trying to mark him down. Bruno trying his best to clear as much as possible, but no. MMG will be ending the game right away.
Yeah, I mean that we sort of knew it was coming. They didn't even need the second lord. I'm not sure if they took it, and that was just a GG by Meow Meow Gang. I mean, the draft was extremely good. Sadly, I think the side of Team DS where they really lost out was the Fredden pick was good, but probably not here, right? Because there was no dive whatsoever. Maybe I would have preferred an assassin, someone who has damage, because at this point you're relying on Bruno way too much, right? Yamraj is not going to be able to do much, especially against the Khalid, the Hylos, as well as a Joy. So you probably needed a damage hyper, but I think the draft really failed the side of Team DS.
Exactly, it was the draft which made all the difference. Like Kaja picked just for that one joy. I don't think it was that justified. They could have gone with something a little more tankier, a little more crowd control. Even a Kufra or Minotaur would have made some kind of a difference. Not a Minotaur, but definitely a Kufra would have made some kind of a difference in the team fight because he could actually dive onto that Ixia. Joy wasn't the win condition, Ixia was. And that is where DS kind of lost out on the draft and MMG took the upper hand because if yes, and with that, we will be going back towards the casters test just for us.